Hey everybody, David Feeder here, coming back at you with a new tutorial today. And yeah, the beard's gone. I got too itchy and I had to shave it for a bit, so it's growing back. So don't mind that. But today I am proud to show off, happy to show off Vouch.Run. And this is, I think, the first liquid staking coin on PulseChain. Kind of how Ethereum has a whole bunch of them, where, like, for example, like Coinbase Ethereum, like CB ETH, like you basically give them your Ethereum and then they stake it, and then you get a derivative token in exchange that you hold that goes up while it's mining. So that's basically what this is. This is not a fork of that one in particular. This is a different existing one from Ethereum. Um, But yeah, let's take a look. So the website is Vouch.Run. And when you go here, then we want to click on Launch User App. And this basically lets you stake your Pulse chain like a validator without having to do any of the work for basically no cost. You just put your Pulse in, and then it gets assigned to validators that are running, and then you get a token, the PRC20 token in your wallet, vPulse. This is the token you get in exchange, which is like the derivative. It represents a staked pulse. And then, so there's really only two buttons here on the main website. You just connect your MetaMask wallet. There's the stake right here. So if you have Pulse and you want to become, you want Vouch, right? Let's say you want to stake your Pulse so you can earn interest. Like right now it says it's 8.79% APR for liquid staking. And the reason I think it's less than I think it's like 9.99 something for regular validators, like going solo, because there's fees. 5% goes to the node operators, like the actual guys running the computers like me, and 5% goes, I think, to the like treasury for Vouch, or like the DAO, whatever you want to call it. So that's why it's like lower. Um, so yeah, so basically let's give it a shot. Um, so right here, this is the exchange rate. So for every one pulse we put in, we're actually going to get a little bit less than one V pulse, because the way it works is if you have one V pulse in your wallet, it's this exchange rate always ticks up. So one V pulse every day is worth a little bit more pulse because it's staked in mining. So this exchange rate will always go up, right? Like if you have one V pulse, then it'll be worth more over time. Like I've already seen this going up. Like it used to be 1.004 just the other day. Now it's almost 1.007. So that's the pulse being mined in the background by the validators. And then it all gets put in the pool, and that's what gives vPulse its value. So let's give it a shot here. We can read the FAQ. What is the minimum staking amount? Current minimum is 10,000 pulse. So yeah, the minimum is 10,000, which is 67 cents. So that's the minimum. You got to stake at least 67 cents worth of pulse, which right now is only 10,000. So pretty cool. I love right here how they have the audit right on the main page too. This is audited by Cred Shields. So if we click on that, I've already read this. I recommend you guys read it as well. If you're going to do it, you should totally read it. But the big thing, they only found one real bug, and they fixed it. I can show it because I'm a nerd, so I like reading this stuff. We'll see the scope, talk about the rankings. It was really like there was only one big bug, but they caught it and they found it, which is good. Like that shows you it worked. Right here, time lock contract can be made unusable. So missing input validation, and basically it was possible to lock the contract like forever. So yeah, by setting an extremely high min delay, a whitelisted user can render the network contract unusable for all participants. This means that any administrative actions such as updating critical parameters or replacing addresses could be delayed for impractically long periods. So somebody could just lock it basically. So they fixed it. They fixed the issue by setting a max delay of 30 days. So the admins can block the contract, like changes to the contract for 30 days maximum. So, because this is upgradable, right? Like these contracts can be upgraded if necessary, is my understanding. But otherwise, that was the only thing, and they fixed it. Everything else was minor. So that's cool. And that's right there on the front page. And then this is the vPulse token contract address. So one thing we do, you can just click on that. I love this. Brings you right to scan.pulsechain.com. And then here it is right on the blockchain. And you can even click this little MetaMask button. And then that pops up your wallet. Oh, you guys can't see my wallet. Dang. But it pops up. And then you just click add token. And then boom, successfully add to your wallet. So cool. So now I can see my vPulse in my MetaMask. So that's cool. All right, so let's go back and yeah, we'll do like 100,000. We'll do $6 worth. And then we go to stake. So now we're going to stake 100,000 pulse. And then my MetaMask popped up over here on the side. Let me just approve this. Yeah, the gas is crazy right now. Oh my God. You know what? Let's even pull that up. You know what's going on right now? Yeah. All right. So right now we are at the max all-time high gas prices of PulseChain ever. This is like historic. We're at like 6 million beats for a transaction. So I'm gonna show you a trick. Let me show you a website that it's frowned upon, but this tool is useful. So the website is zen.pub. So xen.pub. And then right up in the top right, there's a gas monitor button. Click on gas monitor. And then they've got this cool like chart here. And then there's a drop down. And they've got like every network. And you can pick the pulse chain. And this shows you the gas that updates like live basically. So this is, I like this view. It shows me this chart that updates and it shows you the fast way. So right now, yeah, it's 5 million beats for a transaction. 5 million, 6 million. Yeah, it's going nuts. It was higher like the second ago. Yeah. All right. So let's see if I can even get this transaction to go through. So in my MetaMask, I'm going to click on edit or gas limit or gas price, sorry. And we got to do, yeah, like 7 million, 7. Yeah, let's try that. All right, so estimated like it'll cost 800 pulse. So that's pretty cheap. That's not bad. All right, cool. So that worked. All right, cool. So that's the trick. Just set your, I like to click on the gas in advanced in MetaMask and just set it higher than whatever the highest fast is. Just set it higher, like 6 million, 7 million. That'll do. Just manually set it higher. All right, cool. So we did it. So we put in 100,000 pulse. Now we've got, now if we click on unstake, this will show us our vPulse. So here's our vPulse and we've got 99,306, right? So now if we just, now this is vPulse in our wallet, just chilling. So all we have to do is just hold this and chill on it. And then every day the exchange rate automatically gets better. So then in the future, whenever you want, you just come back right here to this and you just click the unstake button and then you type in how much do you want to get out. And then right now it says we'll get 9999999. So it's just like rounded down by a little decimal, but we put it on 100,000. We would basically get 100,000. So if we wait until tomorrow, this would tick up by a little bit. And then the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, you just let it snowball. And that's basically how this works. That's it. You just stake your pulse and then later you unstake your pulse. That's really all there is to it. There's a warning here. It says unstaking may take around 1 to 5 days. After that, the withdrawal function will open. Yeah, if you try to stake a huge amount, then there's a piece of software that will unstake the validators behind the scenes. It actually like really unstakes stakes on a computer somewhere, and that takes 24 hours to like process and cook and then spit out the pulse. So there is a delay if you do a big bunch, but you can check on that. So if we go back to just Vouch.Run on the main website, there's a button here that says Launch Validator App. So we can check how much pulse is in the pool. So you just click on vPulse pool right at the top here. And then it says the vPulse pool. So there's 971 million pulse in the pool chilling. So if you had 1 billion vPulse and you tried to unstake that, it wouldn't let you. And you'd have to wait a day while it unstaked, I think, one stake. You'd have to kick out one stake out of a validator to get this to 1 billion, and then it would pay you. So as long as you're trading or unstaking less than 1 billion, it should be instant. I think we can even test it here. Let's try it. So let's go to max and let's just unstake. See if we can just get our pulse right now because it's under 1 billion. All right, so we have to do a spending approval. I've got over in MetaMask here, it's popping up for you have to authorize the amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me set my gas really high. Do 7 million again. All right, cool. So that's gonna go through. Right now, with these gas prices going nuts on PulseChain, go to validators and then scroll all the way down. The fees are crazy. The block reward fees are going nuts right now. When if your validator turned to like find a random block, like we're killing it. So I love it. Love seeing this. This is great. Yeah, the current APR is 9.94. So yeah, that explains because you're giving up 10% as a fee to the node, 5% to the nodes, 5% to the DAO. So that explains the 1%. So, but this lets you basically become a validator without having to stake. Yeah, we're waiting for this. Oh, we got to, sorry, click on stake again because we did the approval not for the amount. Now we have to click it again to do the actual on staking. It's kind of like PulseX when you got to approve and then do the swap. Same idea. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. And then this should turn back into Pulse. And that's it. This is pretty basic. It's just a liquid staking derivative. This just you're staking your Pulse, and then you get a token that represents it in return. There you go. And it worked. And we got the Pulse. So there you go. So then what you could do is, let's do it again. All right, so we're going to stake. And then edit. I'll show you guys how to add liquidity. Because what you can do is, once you've got your vPulse, then you're like, okay, well, now what do I do with it? Well, you can just hodl it, right? Because it represents staked pulse. So every day, that ratio just keeps going up. So it gets worth a little more and a little more every day. Then what you can do too is if you want even more like yield, you can do liquidity farming. And you can go to PulseX or app.pulsex.com. And then you can add your tokens like liquidity providing. And I'll show you how. So I've already kind of searched this up here. I just searched up Vouch on PulseX under info. I just did the search here, and this shows the pool. So right now there's like $23,000 of liquidity. But if you wanted to do it, you just go to liquidity, and then we're going to go to V2, and then we're going to add liquidity, and then there's regular pulse, and then we're going to pick vPulse. So here's our pulse, and then here's our vPulse, and then I would say max in this example, right? I'm just doing an example here. So if you want to add pulse and vPulse, we want to basically put them into PulseX, and we're going to let other people trade our coins, and then you get a share of the fees in the meantime. So you would enable and then supply, and then boom, there you go. The other place I know you can do this too is on Fux.io. These guys have a pool here too. It's called the Vouch Liquid Staked Pulse. So you can just search for Vouch. It's right here on the main page under pools. on Fox.io. So this is another place you could add your coins as well. You could come here and you could do add liquidity, and we could, you know, stick our coins in if we wanted. And that's an option too. And then I've heard on the, you know, nerd net out in the crypto verse that there's another website where you can take the LP coins, because when you put your LP in, you get LP coins in return that represent what you just added. You can take those coins and stake them at a different website for even more yield and more risk. So I'm not going to show that in this example. That's on for you guys. You know, you guys figure that out if you're going to do it. But that's pretty much about it. It's really simple. It's, you know, this is for people who want to be validators without being validators. If you just want to stake your pulse in the pool and let other validators use it for validating, and then you hold the V pulse that slowly goes up every day in the ratio, there you go. This is it. So we've pretty much got it now. I think we've got everything Ethereum has. I mean, almost all the technology. This was one of the key pieces here, was a liquid staking derivative. So, but we've got it now. So, all right, guys. So pretty cool. Yeah, check it out. And then for guys who already are validated, so that, you know, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So regular users who are not validators, this is cool. You can stake your pulse, unstake, do LP, cool stuff. Now, if you are a validator and you want to be a, like it's called a solo validator, where basically you only put in 10 million pulse per stake. And actually, if we go back to the, yeah, like the launch validator app. So if you're like a at-home validator, you can come here and you can basically make new stakes, and you can do 10 million pulse of your own, and then it gets paired with the other pulse from the pool. So you can basically join the pool too. And then you get that 5% like fee as part of the node operator that goes to you in your wallet. And then you come here to like my data. And if you had stakes, then you could claim rewards every day as a validator. Like if you're an actual running a computer server guy. So that's cool. So that's where this interface is for. I'm not really covering that. I'll have to make a separate video for that, right? Because you gotta, it's like being a normal validator in PulseChain plus extra steps. So that's above and beyond this video. I just wanted to show this off here. But pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty bullish. So yeah, check it out, guys. Vouch.Run. If you want to be a validator without actually being a validator, it's an option. It's out here now. All right, guys. So yeah, how are we doing before I go? Let's take a look. We're ripping. Oh yeah. Oh man, doing good. Yeah, PulseX is doing good too. Oh yeah. Stock market's at all-time highs right now. Everything's ripping. Look at over here at the friggin' board. Yeah, everything's, yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, hit me up. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.